Wait for the camera. Dr. Musk. Good to see you.
I can say cancer.
Yeah,
absolutely. Great. Okay. Yeah, when you got it. I know.
Oh, you did.
Like, just so you know, like, I know.
Yeah, no, probably not. I'll tell you now. Thanks.
Our neighbor cut down
Oh, don't get me started on trees. Just get up with my trees. Because I was criticizing for it in my mind. There's two trees. Maybe that wasn't such a bad idea. All the trees there. So basically, some branches out of them. I did trees in my yard and squeaked up trees. Well, we don't mind it. So basically, board walking down the limbs on that side of the tree to come over to the yard. No, a tree was totally unbalanced. I'm not real happy about it. He's offered to like pay for cutting it down, putting it in the tree, and oh, absolutely. I don't use voting, so I can do one. You have the prerogative. I guess you can understand what it is.
We went out to dinner a lot. Also, I'm still in San Francisco. I flew in and read it. So, like, my husband, my husband and I from my flight last night. It's 65 degrees. So, like, I'm lost by, like, I'm cold-blooded. You know? Yes, like, no, past no anyway. No. Right, and then she's like, Bundled up. Then you never know. Like tomorrow it's gonna be like 80 degrees. Nice. Yeah. That's why you're
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll start today's ceremony momentarily. Please take a moment to silence or turn off all your communication devices. While this event is in an outdoor space, we would like to ask that you respect those around you and wear a mask anytime you are not actively eating, drinking. Thank you.
Hi, how are you?
Like you're gonna be my friend. Sorry.
What's my way to do it? Rain early. Lauren, pretty. Much like me most days. Not too bad at all.
Like I've been locked up.
The exact phrase.
That looks like you feel
I mean, the problem was they had house. Might I borrow it?
All right, do it.
Good evening. I'm Lieutenant Lauren Toner, your narrator for today's ceremony. I would like to welcome you all and thank you for sharing in this very special occasion, the retirement of Lieutenant Colonel Titzel from the United States Army after 20 years of service. Please rise for the playing of the National Anthem, prepared and performed by his husband, David Gargaro. Normally at this point, I will say, please get comfortable. Because this is a smaller, more intimate event than most, many of the formalities and typical retirement ceremonies will be slightly different.
You're loud enough, you're good.
All right. I would like to welcome you all to Lieutenant Colonel Titzel's retirement celebration today and take this opportunity to recognize Lieutenant Colonel Titzel's family. Here from their home state of California are his mother, Shar, his father, Howard, and his husband, soon-to-be California resident, David. His mother-in-law from Scotland. Unable to attend the celebration today are his brother, Dusty, his sister-in-law, Kirsten, and his niece and nephews, Cariana, Ryan, and Eric. At this time, I would like to introduce the presiding official, Dr. Jeffrey Musk, Chief of the Nuclear Detection Division at the Defense Threat Reduction Agency. Sir?
Thanks. Well, I don't think I need a microphone. I taught at West Point, and Howie went to West Point. You know, Howie, we overlapped a year, right? So you graduated in 2001. You were plebe my last year teaching there in the 90s. So good. Hey, thank you all for coming. I'm glad you could all make it under these circumstances. At least the rain has died down. We've got wind, we've got rain, we've got a pandemic. All we need is locusts and frogs. We're gonna be good to go, right? Sharon Howard, thanks for coming, and David, it's wonderful for you to be here. David, it's wonderful to finally meet you. I've heard a lot about you over there. So again, this is a different kind of event. This would usually be in like auditorium at Ditch, trying to be very formal and stuff like that here at Mount Vernon. So this has been a strange year, I have to say. Howie came in to join us back last summer during COVID, and now he's leaving less than a year later. And I think this might be about the third time I've seen you in person, right? So it's just odd from that sense. But I'm not going to go through Howie's bio. I mean, it's in the program. But it's funny, we did overlap a number of different ways during our careers. I mean, again, I mentioned he was a plebe on my last year of my first teaching assignment at West Point. I noticed that you spent 3 years at Camp Humphreys over in Korea. I actually commanded 52nd Ordnance Company in Camp Humphreys, where you got your ammo about 20 years before you were there, but that's okay. And you taught in the physics department up at West Point, where I taught for many, many years. I'm sure we ran into each other when I was up there one of those many times here. But then we had the privilege of having Howie come here and join us here at DITRA. And it's amazing to say, for someone who was here at such a short amount of time, the incredible impact that Howie had during his time here is tremendous. And I was talking to Becky yesterday about Howie, and always, all we could say was, what a great job you've done. Your attention to detail, that was great. Just getting stuff done. And how it's been an amazing impact you've had in such a very short time. A lot of times in these ceremonies, again, it's very formal going through. But I just want to speak from my heart here, Howie. You came in at a difficult time. You served through some difficult circumstances here this year. One of my deepest regrets is I just haven't had a chance to get to know you as well as I would have liked to have had we been in the office this last year. You've earned my respect. I think the world of you. I wish you all the best in retirement. And I would just say, having just retired myself here a few years ago, it's a scary thing. I mean, so a lot of us here are military, and we get out and we think, "Oh my word, I'm leaving the military. This is. I'm scared. I mean, this is my family. I've had this entire time." But trust me, there is life after the military, and you're gonna enjoy that. I'd also say, I know you're staying in this community, and I expect we will cross paths again. So, Howard, I wish you all the best. I think everybody here wishes you all the best in all your future endeavors. I will miss you. I wish we could have served more closely together during the time you were here. David, I would have gotten to know you better also. But Howie, I wish you all the best in retirement, and congratulations. And I also want to thank David. That was a wonderful rendition of a national anthem. I remember I got promoted to 06. My kids played the national anthem on the violin, and so it reminded me of that. So very, very nice. And thank you also. Whoa. I was saying this is a positive thing here. Positive thing. All right. Yeah. Well, that was wonderful. So thanks. Howie, all the best. I think on behalf of everybody at DITRA, everybody in NT, Michael, Becky, Stacy, Joe, Adam, all the folks that are here from me to the end, Stefan, we wish you all the best and Godspeed. Thanks. Be doing the social distancing. Okay.
Lieutenant Colonel Titzel will now be presented with the Defense Meritorious Service Medal. Please remain comfortable for this portion of the ceremony. The Defense Meritorious Service Medal is presented to Howard Charles Titzel for exceptionally meritorious service from June 2001 to August 2021, culminating as the Research Operations Officer, Nuclear Threats Detection Division, Nuclear Technologies Department, Research and Development Directorate, Defense Threat Reduction Agency. Lieutenant Colonel Howard Charles Titzel coached, mentored, and led diverse teams of military officers, government civilians, and contractor personnel to develop tools and techniques to answer critical questions for the warfighter, investing in over $25 million in direct support of real-world national security challenges. Lieutenant Colonel Titzel served with honor and distinction and his actions throughout his 20 years of service resulted in exceptional contributions and was vital to the success and mission accomplishments of the units he served with. He exemplified the Army values by striving for excellence and by placing the mission and the welfare of his soldiers before himself. His extraordinary leadership, integrity, and skill magnified the unit's capabilities and improved every organization to which he belonged. Upon retirement, Lieutenant Colonel Titzel is recognized for his distinguished career in the service of his country and reflects great credit upon himself, the United States Army, and the Department of Defense. Signed, Antonio M. Fletcher, Major General, Deputy Director, Defense Threat Reduction Agency.
Before Daniel inside, we're not doing the pinning. Damn. I didn't want the blood today. New uniform.
Dr. Musk will now retire Lieutenant Colonel Titzel from the United States Army. Please stand for the reading of the orders. Attention to orders. Lieutenant Colonel Howard Charles Titzel, Defense express their thanks and gratitude for your faithful service. Your contributions to the defense of the United States of America are greatly appreciated. You are released from active duty and on the date following, placed on the retired list. On the date placed on the retired list, you are transferred to the United States Army Control Group Retired. United States Army Human Resources Command, Fort Knox, Kentucky. Effective date of retirement, 31 August 2021. Retirement separation date, 1 September 2021.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lieutenant Colonel Howard Titzel retired.
I also will not use the microphone. So first, thank you everyone for coming, and thank you for doing the official retirement and for the kind words. David, you did wonderfully. Even when you're just practicing, it sounds wonderful and beautiful, and I appreciate it. So this is fitting because my acceptance day was rained on, my graduation was rained on, my graduation from Vanderbilt was rained on. Our wedding started to be rained on, but then cleared up beautifully, and this is just another fitting end to another rainy career. I would like to start and say that I think that I can sum up what I've learned in the Army, both coming into it and leaving it, as what I learned from camping in Carpinteria and all of our other camping trips, which is leave the place you founded a little better. And so I can say I did that in Korea when I destroyed their UAV fleet. They had to buy new ones. I can say that when I took the roof off of an MLRS warehouse and they had to buy a new one. They're welcome. 1,000 Big Windy stickers across Joint Base and Master Bowling to include on Air Force One when they landed at for a little trip, which my soldier almost got shot for. But it made it on. It made it on. But the Army has actually made me better than when it found me. It provided me 3 degrees. It allowed me to fly helicopters and to see the world. And it developed me professionally. So first, the West Point teaching crowd with Tim, Pete, the Shawns, back in the back. It allowed me to develop through my cadets in both in the classroom and through the LGBT club with Terry and all that we were able to do there. I was able to learn a lot through all the units that I was in and just all the fun times I had with Nate and Neeraj, and through the life experience with Dana in Baltimore, and through all the different people who I'm meeting, some for the first time today. And Stefan, I didn't know it was you. I was either Stefan or Damien, and I was waiting, and Dr. Musk said Stefan, so nice to meet you. Yeah, these people haven't worked together together for 6-9 months, and sometimes it's the first I've seen, and you look far different than you do in your picture. I don't know that I've ever seen in a video. And Candace from school helping me keep it real and just understanding what's important, not getting bogged down in all the nitty-gritty details, and being able to know what's important. Personally, some of the West Pointers here have helped me develop a little bit differently. Luke, as my roommates, I think we shared probably how many semesters were you roommates? 4, 3? So between all that and our trip to Panama City during OBC, I think we developed a little bit uniquely. And Dana, our time together in Baltimore, and our numerous talks from the times before that. And the Army took me to Aberdeen Proving Ground to Maryland, where I met my husband, and through him met Aaron and James, Lauren, Leslie, and Colby. But I have one story to tell, and Luke will remember this because he was with me. Back in the day when it was kosher, we went to, we were in the stands for an Army football game, and we Jefferson bunts across the field, and we said, go find a pretty lady and bring her back over. Because I was okay in 2001. And that lady was Kristen, my herder. And she, in turn, allowed me to meet this wonderful group of friends who are powerhouses. I won't tell you all of their stories, but they're powerhouses. And it is a group that uniquely has provided me strength and provided me friendship and provided me the ability not to be scared to make this decision, and knowing that if I had any problems, they would have my back. So I appreciate all that you've done for me for these past 4 or 5 years, and Kristen, 21 years since we've been friends. And lastly, I would like to thank my parents for all the support and guidance, and all the lessons, and for the character that you've given me through all these times. It has meant an immense difference, and we were just talking yesterday, you didn't make it out to Korea, but every other place I was stationed, they came and visited, so they got to see a tremendous amount of the world, some good, some bad, and even that was a good time. David, thank you for being a wonderful husband and for dealing with all of the Army-Navy game shenanigans. If you haven't seen the back of the program, he is if you don't have them, there's some up here afterwards. He is a number 2 to my dad, the most ardent Army football supporter I know. And we have been through tough times through COVID, and we have spent probably 350 days together, 24 hours a day in the past year. And there is no one that I would rather have spent all that time with. And it's nice to have a husband I actually like. So I love you too, but I like you. And I appreciate it. And lastly, because they're not here, Margaret and Tam, thank you for staying up late, and thank you for all the support from across the ocean. I appreciate you staying up late and all the notes of encouragement and support you've given me through the past 6 years that David and I have known each other. You've been wonderful in-laws, and I'm thankful, and I hope to get to see you soon, because 2 years has been too long. So with that, I don't have anything else to say. Lauren will come up and finish this off. But thank you all for coming, and maybe.
Please be seated or get comfortable.
Or try.
Howie has received a letter from Army leadership, a certificate of appreciation, a flag, and a pin from the Army leadership, small tokens of their appreciation for his distinguished service to the Army and nation. From the Defense Threat Reduction Agency, Howie has received the Director's Coin and the Ditra plaque. At the conclusion of the ceremony, these items will remain on the table for you to read if you are interested. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Lieutenant Colonel Howard Titzel, United States Army, retired. Extended Army family, I welcome you to join in the singing of the Army song.
First to fight for the right and to build a nation fight. And the army is going proud of all we have done, fighting till the battle's won. And the army is rolling along. And it's high, high day, the army's on its way. Cannot dictate who's loud and strong. You will always know that the army goes rolling along.
Free Navy.
Again.
Again.
Thank you for attending Howie's retirement ceremony. Please congratulate Shar, Howard, David, and Howie with good cheer and good company during the reception that follows. As a reminder, please wear your mask when you're not actively eating or drinking as a sign of respect for all guests. And most importantly, be Navy.
You gonna say goodbye to your parents? Yes, go.
Hi, Tam. Here's Dana to say hello. Guys, let me say hello. Come on. Hi, Mom. Hi, Tam. Have a good weekend.
Hi. Hi.
Hi, Lara. Hi, Dusty. Hi, Kirsten.
Ryan, Eric, Kariana. Hi, Lisa.
We love you. Okay, are we done with it? Well, just the stream.
Hi.
We love you and miss you, and can't wait to see you. And we all need to go to Hawaii. Yay!
Come to Hawaii.
Love you, Mom.
Oh my
Love you
God, they're so sweet. Love them.